Alrighty, guys. So, welcome to the Team Fearless team call. This is our second team call. We are so excited to have Celine on the call with us. I'm going to do a couple things first before she gets started. And thank you all for showing up. She seriously is so amazing, and I can't wait. I know you all know her, but I can't wait for you to hear her talk on this. If you haven't already, you are in for a treat. We are going to do the leaderboard really quick, and it won't take long. So we
I love you so much.
not in a bad way, guys. It's just usually we start to blow up like mid-month. It's still the beginning. So with 4 Success Club points is Stacy, and we have Sierra with 2 Success Club points, and then Megan with 2 as well. And then we also have Anastasia, aka Tazy, with 10 points, and myself with 10 points as well. And we also have a coach of the week. I don't know why I stopped sharing my screen. 1 second. I meant to hit X out of that. Hold on. Don't know what I'm doing. Why won't it X out? No, it's awkward. Okay, there we go.
Try clicking escape.
And our coach of the week is Sierra. Sierra has had a couple struggles, like trying to get her business started, and she just really went all in this week and started inviting and started, taking the training to heart. And she went ahead and signed up one of her first challengers today, who also, she also signed them up as a coach. So next week you'll be seeing a surprise from Sierra, and we're really, really excited for her. And that's really it for that. Just a couple things. I wanted to probably start doing weekly team calls. So I want everyone to think of what night would work best for them, and just let me know. Maybe I'll start a little thread on our team page. And yeah, I think that was it. Amber and Sierra are hosting a group workout this Saturday. So if you guys want to go, if you're in West Palm, it's I think at 10 a.m., right? Yeah, okay, cool. So that's really it for what I had. I want to hand it right over to Celine because she's so amazing. But let me just tell you about her first of all. I spoke on her team call last week, and I am just seriously obsessed with her, like obsessed. And she was saying all these nice things about me, and I'm like, oh my God, why are you so nice? But seriously, I just said this on my stories too, but she's so much younger than me, and it's a little joke we have, but I look up to her so much. She just doesn't give a flying fuck, and that's the attitude that I've taken on as well. And I look up to her for that. She's always authentically sharing her journey. And not to mention, like, her body is literally amazing. I mean, every time I watch her stories and she's lifting weights, like, her muscles are just like, ugh. And I'm like, gosh, I want that so bad. And I'm working so hard to look like her. So Celine is a 1-star diamond. She's a success starter. She's also a Success Club 5 and a Success Club 10 legend, which means that she has hit Success Club every single month for at least a year, right? At least a year. That's how it works. And then she's also a team leader on the leaderboards, which is super impressive as well. If you don't know what that is, just go to the leaderboards if you go to FAQ, or you can even just click on the leaderboards in your coach office. So with that being said, Celine is going to talk to us about social media and showing up on Instagram and showing up for yourself and on your journey, and then just give us a few tips as well. So go for it, girlfriend.
Cool. Yay. Thank you for the intro. You guys, I'm obsessed with Lindsay. Like she says she's obsessed with me. Like I think she's mom bod goals for life. Like when I have kids, I better look like her. And she's got abs. Like what do you even mean? But you guys do have such an awesome leader. Like I've watched Lindsay from like the beginning, like where she wasn't really showing up as much. Like now she has an entire team. You guys are hitting Success Club. Like you guys are hitting awesome benchmarks. Like it's incredible. So you guys have an awesome leader. I'm going to share some slides with you guys, but yeah, I'm just going to kind of talk about Instagram. It's mostly like Instagram, but really it's just showing up. It's showing up to your journey every single day and sharing it and just getting rid of everything that comes, like all the fear that comes with that, and just how to authentically show up and share your journey. And so I'm going to share my screen because I have them pulled up. Can everybody see this? I'm going to like hide this toolbar down here. Oh my God. There we go. Awesome. Okay, cool. So first things first that I always like to talk about, because when we first start in this business, whether you're a new coach, even if you've been coaching for a while, all of us have this fear, whether we still have it or we had it at first. We have the fear of like showing up on social media. You may not have showed up before, like before you became a coach. Maybe you were like crickets on your Instagram, crickets on your Facebook, and now you're going to be posting all this stuff and sharing your journey, sharing your workouts, sharing what you're doing. And we all get like scared. I had that fear at first, but that's where my like, I don't give a fuck mentality came from, because I had to drop that fear. If I was going to build a successful business and if I was going to do this, I had to do it 110%. I couldn't do it 50% and worry about what Susie and Sally were thinking of me behind the scenes. I couldn't do that. I knew that I just had to drop the fear. I had to put it in the back of my mind, pretend it wasn't there. And when you do that, you build your own confidence. You build your own self-empowerment because you don't need validation from anyone. And once you wholeheartedly believe that and you show up, like whether you're scared right now, cool. Embrace that fear and then like just acknowledge it, dismiss it, and move the fuck on and like get on with it and start sharing. And the more that you share, you'll find the easier it becomes to share. You don't have to get super vulnerable right off the bat. You don't have to share your whole life story. You don't have to tell everybody your secrets, but just show up. And don't be scared of people judging you and be afraid of what they're going to think about you, because you're not going to build a successful business that way. And if you want to build a business, you got to share what you're doing and share the business. So if you're not on board to do that, you're not going to build a successful business. So first things first, drop the fear. What are we fearful of? Judgment. You know, we're scared that people are going to judge us that for what we're doing. Like, oh my God, she's doing Beachbody. Oh my God, she's doing workouts. Like all of these things that we think. People are skeptical of network marketing. That will come in time too. If you're a new coach and you're scared to talk about the business, I get it. I was scared to talk about the business. I thought that people were going to think that I was selling. I thought they were going to think that I was part of a pyramid scheme, all that stuff, because I was skeptical too. But the thing is, the more you share about that and the more your belief grows in this business and what you see happening for you and your family with your income and just everything else with your body, your health, everything changing for the better, you earn that confidence too to just keep sharing about the business. Because if you don't believe in this business, you're also not going to believe in this business, because you're not going to be able to share about it with confidence. And if you can't share about it with confidence, people aren't going to build trust with you. And so some questions that I asked myself to like really get rid of that fear, because I had these people in my head. Like I'm young, I'm only 24. And so I was 22 when I started coaching, and all the people on my social media were people I went to high school with. And I just had those people in my head. I had specific people in my head that I was like, oh my God, they're going to see my posts. They're going to talk shit about me. They're going to, whatever they're going to say. And like, I just thought about it and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, do I even want their life? Like not in a rude way, but I'm like looking at what they're doing. And if I don't want to do what they're doing, why am I worried about what they think about what I'm doing? Like, I don't even want your life. I want the life that I have right now. Like, I feel so good. I started coaching right after my first challenge group. So I was like obsessed and like just on fire. Like I had just gotten amazing physical results. My mental health was changing. I felt more happy, more confident. And so like I was on fire. And so like I was feeling so good. So why was I going to care about what somebody thought about that if it was benefiting me and making me more positive and happy? And so the questions I started asking myself was, do I want their life? Do they pay my bills? No, they're not going to build this business for me. They're not going to pay my bills. They're not going to pay my car insurance. They're not going to pay all that shit. Like I'm going to pay that. And so I'm going to build my business to do that. And then where it says you're not important, I need to take this line out, but it's not in a rude way. It's not like you're not important to anybody. It means that like you think people are watching you more than they're probably watching you. The people that you're scared of, by the way, like the people that you're scared of, if they're not your tribe and they're not your people, they're not even looking that deep into you. You know, like you think they're sitting there judging you when really they might be, you know, clicking right past you, or maybe they're obsessed with what you're doing and they're scared to let you know that. So like you're in your head way more than you even know. Trust me. And then the other thing is like fear of being yourself. Like when Instagram stories first came out, everybody was so scared to get on Instagram stories and like talk instead of just posting weird selfies or like singing along to music. Like people were scared to actually talk or like invite or like do anything through their Instagram stories. And like I was a little scared at first too. And I sometimes when I get like on a real roll on my Instagram stories, I'm like, damn, was that too Celine for the Instagram? But you know what? There is no too Celine. Like I am me. And sometimes I do weird stuff or I get off on a tangent and you know what? Whatever, because that is how you're going to find your people, by being yourself. My weird little hand motions or the weird friends and whatever, what do you call it? Inferences, whatever that you make. And like Kevin Hart, little things that I say, like all those little things that only my tribe would get. I'm going to attract those people because they're going to be like, damn, she's just like me. And like the only way you're going to find your people is by being yourself. My coach, my upline is Danielle. Me and Danielle are very different, if you can't tell. Like she's very soft and like sweet and like mom and just like nurturing, and like I'm just like like I'm all out there. Like she literally said B instead of bitch in our team thread, and I was like, are we serious? Like, so that like we're very different. And the point of me saying that is if I tried to talk like her or, you know, post like her, it would be very inauthentic. And I would be talking like, hello, how are you? And I don't talk like that. And so being yourself and being unapologetically you is not only going to build your confidence and self-empowerment to where you could truly accept yourself, but it's going to help you find your people because you're going to attract that. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Okay, cool. So that's the first thing I always like to talk about because like I said, that's first things first. You're not going to build a business if you're not showing up. All right, cool. Next thing is Instagram stories. Utilize your Instagram stories to the max, okay? When Instagram stories came out, that was bomb because now you can literally flood people without having to flood their entire feed. You don't want to post 84 times a day because people are going to unfollow you and think you're so annoying. But your Instagram stories are a way for you to keep sharing every single day what you do without having to make a post every 5 minutes. So share everything on your Instagram stories. Health and fitness, obviously that's the main part of what we do. Share the business and then share you and your life. Switch it up. Don't just keep it health and fitness because you're not a Beachbody coach, okay? You are Lindsay, Anastasia, Brianna. Like you are a person and health and fitness is part of what you do. You are a coach. You do have this business, but you have so many other things. You have your hobbies. You have maybe your spouse. You have a family. You have, you know, your pets. You have all these other things that make you who you are. So switch it up. But every single day on my Instagram stories, you pretty much see the same thing. And that's something I want to address because people think like, oh, I'm going to be annoying. I'm so repetitive. People see the same shit on my Instagram stories at least every morning. They see the same routine every single morning, but they keep coming back, okay? They're there. They know exactly what they're going to get and they get it. And so you're not being annoying. And that was a fear of mine too. Like I only spit out the stuff that I was fearful of. Like this is my experience. And so I know I was scared of that stuff too. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm posting the same thing every day. They're going to get annoyed. No, those same people still show up every single day and watch what I'm doing. And so you're adding value. And that's how you know that these people actually care about what you're doing. And they're probably not judging you. They're probably really inspired by you because it's not every day you even go on social media and see people posting positive things or adding value or educating people. It's always like negative stuff and you're bringing something different. So they're going to keep coming back to that. But anyways, so every morning I'm sharing what I call my miracle morning. So I wake up, I do my personal development, my gratitude journal. I drink my Energize, which I call healthy crack on my Instagram stories. And I'm always doing a dance to it. Like every day people know they're going to get on and they're going to see me dance to some ghetto rap music, maybe a little Taylor Swift, maybe some country, whatever I'm feeling that day. But they know they're going to get that. They're going to see that little dance party. And I always go do my workout. I record at least 3 moves. Sometimes I do 2, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. If you even just want to do a move of the day. If you're scared to pose and you're not there yet, start with a move of the day. One quick move. But that's providing value to somebody. So my workout clips, I'll put my Shakeology on there. And obviously you never say Beachbody, Shakeology, or any of that stuff. You want to create that curiosity marketing. And so I always call it superfoods and create curiosity around those things. Like healthy crack. People are, what the hell is healthy crack? And they'll message me about it. I put all natural pre-workout and like Shakeology. I won't say Shakeology, but I'll put superfoods. And then, you know, sometimes I put 80% of my results or regulates my digestive system. Like all the things that Shakeology does for you, I put on there so that people can know like what it's doing for me and why I drink it every day. Healthy recipes whenever you're cooking throughout the day or you have your snacks, post that on there. And then a big one is your challenger successes. So even if you don't have challengers right now, use your teammates, use what's going on in your challenge group. If you're not running your own challenge group, that's not an excuse. Go in the challenge group that your coach is running and the one that you're a part of, and share everybody's success in there. When somebody posts their before and afters, or if your challenger sends you a text, like I'm down another pant size, or, you know, I resisted chocolate today, like whatever it is, like share that on your Instagram story. Like I always screenshot it and I recognize it on my Instagram story. They won't tag them or anything like that. And I hide their name, but that's me congratulating them and then they feel really good. And then also that's like showing people that other people are doing what you're doing and they're getting results and people are joining you. That way, when you're posting your call to actions and you're inviting people to your groups, they see like people are joining your groups and they're getting results and they're happy and they're excited. So that's a huge thing that I do whenever my challengers text me something. And then the business, sharing the business. If you want to build a business, you have got to share the business. You don't need to be making six figures. You don't need to be an elite coach. You don't need to be a top 10 coach to share the business. That is like something I bite myself in the ass about, is that my first like 6 months of coaching, I never shared about coaching. So I only ever got challengers to join my challenge group. And if they, you know, stuck with it and actually like cared about their journey, then they would turn into coaches. But I never shared about the business. And like I said, if you want to build a business, share the business, because there are so many people that need this business, and really coaches are just challengers at the end of the day. We still show up to our journey, but we also invite other people to join us and we make an income from it. And just meet people where they are. You don't have to share that you made $1 million, you know, like you don't need to have that accolade to start sharing it. I hope I said that word right. I never say that word. I don't know where that came from, but you don't need that just to share it. Like meet people where they are. Were you able to pump gas and not have a freaking panic attack? Were you able to get your groceries and not have to worry about it and check your bank account beforehand? You know how many people would love to do that? You know how many people would love to treat themselves to a mani-pedi for something that their side hustle provided, like, or just pay for the groceries, like anything. You could share about that, but then share other aspects of the business. It's not just about money. And that's another thing. Team calls, like record this, or not record, but like boomerang this, or take your phone out and take a picture of this team call right now. People want community. I've had a lot of girls join just for the community and having friends and having positive, empowering people around them. Or post your power hours when you're doing like work sessions. Post that. Show people that you work. Show people that this is not just you drinking a shake and you're trying to sell it and that's all that this is. Like show people the real deal, like that you're actually working and that you actually hustle. When you're creating content, when I made these slides, I literally like recorded it on my Instagram and I was talking about how like I love getting to bring my creativity out. Like this business allows me to be creative and you know, make slides that are cute, and it like fills my cup to do that. Like it's like therapy. Rank advancements, when your coaches are rank advancing, or even coaches on your team are rank advancing. If you go to my Instagram stories, I did this today. Thursdays are for recognition. And I shouted out all my coaches that, you know, rank their businesses to Emerald, if they earn Success Starter, all of that stuff. Like show people that the business is working and that people are promoting themselves, and don't just throw it up there. Like after I put them up there, I made a couple slides where I was talking about what that was, because I wanted them to understand it. They don't know what Emerald is. Like you have to understand that when you're posting, add the most value you can add. People have no idea what a challenge group is. They don't know what coaching is. They know none of it. We only know it because we're on the inside. But I made sure I was like, this is literally them giving themselves a promotion and a raise. And I was talking about what that was and explaining that. So share aspects of the business as well, because you never know who could use this, who could like use the financial help and have a side business. And then share you in your life. Like I said, there's so many things that make you who you are. You're not a Beachbody coach. That happens so often. People sign up and they're like, I'm a Beachbody coach. And it's all they're posting is workouts and shakes. And, you know, then people like, that's all people get to see. They never get to know the real person. And that is what Beachbody honestly prides themselves on, like corporate and our CEO. Like they don't want you to sell. They don't want you to be like Beachbody, Shakeology. Like that's not what we're here for. We're basically selling ourselves. We're selling somebody a best friend and a cheerleader and somebody who cares about them, that's going to help them get results. So let people get to know who you are. People literally know my dog's name. They know my cat's name. Like they know everything that's going on in my life because I share that, and they feel like they know me. And that's how you build trust with people, is sharing all those everyday things. Do a poll when you're in the dressing room and you're trying to figure out which outfit to buy. Share your everyday, like just whatever stuff that you're doing, share that and let people get to know who you are and feel like they already know you. I literally have people approach me, which is really, it was so scary and awkward at first, but this literally happened twice last week, once in Walmart and once at the sushi place I was at. Like people who live here in Conroe literally approached me and was like, hey, I follow you on Instagram. And they were like talking to me like they knew me. Like she knew when I got my tattoos, she knew everything. And it was like insane. And it was so humbling. I was like, holy crap. Like these people actually watch, and not only are they watching, but they're paying attention, and like they feel like they know me enough to be like, hey, how are you? And I was just like, hey, how are you? Like it was really cool. And like it's awesome because obviously they feel comfortable enough to do that because they feel like they know me, but that's because I show up every day and I allow that. I make that relationship and talk to them. Please talk to them. Do call to actions like on your actual Instagram story. Like don't just be a face. Like your posts are just like you and words, but talk to people. Let them get to know how your voice sounds, how you talk. And like then when they read your post, they can like actually hear your voice when they're reading it, because I type how I talk. And you know, they get to really know that person on the other side of the screen. And do the call to actions, like invite to your challenge group, let them know what they're going to get. Don't just throw up a graphic or a whatever, like talk about it, get excited about it, and just talk and let them get to know you, because that's how it happens. And then use hashtags and location. I'm not big on hashtags in my actual stories, but always using my location in my stories, because that's how these people find me. Like I moved to Texas 3 years ago, so I didn't really have a following in Texas. Everyone that I know in Texas has followed me for my Instagram stories or tagging my location on my actual posts. But I get a lot of followers, or I used to. It kind of slowed down once the location thing first came out. I was getting a lot of followers that way because people click on the Conroe story and they're just looking and looking and looking, and then they see you doing a workout and they're like, whoa, what's that? And they go to your page, they fall in love with you, they follow you, happily ever after. So use your location. And then the reason why you want to show up on your Instagram stories every single day is because it's easier for you to invite. My Instagram story watchers are my number one people that I invite because they're watching me every day. They support me. They engage with me. They're there every single day. And I know that they're watching me for a reason, whether they're ready now or in a month or 2 months. That's the main people that I talk to, because they're already invested in me. And it's easier to invite when you're doing all of these things on your Instagram stories, because then they know what you're talking about. And you're not just hopping in their inbox like a weirdo on social media and they have no idea what you're talking about. Like, hey, I want to join my boot camp. And then they go to your page and they see memes and like weird stuff. And they're like, what are you talking about? You know, like you have to actually do the back end work or the front end work and show up on your social media, show up on your stories. Okay, next. Captivating content. So this, I mean, I don't like to dive too far into this, but I'll make it like quick. Cause I don't, this wasn't even supposed to be part of the call, but, basically like on your Instagram, just clean it up, clean up your Instagram bio and all that. I always say this when I do these calls. My Instagram bio used to say, I'm an acquired taste. If you don't like me, acquire some taste. That is rude. And it's so uninviting and like, just what? Where? Like, no. And so I had to clean that up. And so basically this is kind of for newer coaches. If you're a new coach, clean up your Instagram, let your bio be like the inside scoop on like what someone's about to get from your page. What are you about? Sicker than your average, because I am. Fur mom, don't get obsessed, spiritual AF, wellness, self-love, empowerment, ignite your fire. That's my hashtag. My team is Team Ignite. And then sweat/work with me, and there's all my links. And so have a link tree. It's just easier for people who are kind of scared to reach out to you. They can use that to go just fill out your form, which honestly makes it easier for you anyway, because then you don't have to do all the questions. The questions are already being answered for you. Make sure your profile is public so people can just find you easier and see what you're about before they have to follow you. Make sure your picture is clean, not professional photo as in like go hire someone to take photos. Just make sure it's clean and crisp and people can see you. Not you with a friend, not with you and your mom, like you, so that they know exactly what they're getting and who they're talking to. And delete anything that doesn't align to your lifestyle. That's more for new coaches too. And then as far as posting, show up like a freaking boss. Okay, post every single day, no exceptions. 1 to 2 times. You don't have to do the whole 3 to 5. To me, that's annoying. I never did that. That's ridiculous. But 1 to 2 times every day, at least once. At least once. Never not once. Even if you're in if you have the busiest day of your life, throw up a picture of your dog. talk about how much you love him or her. Like, just show up, let people see you, because understand that your business is your storefront. If you were to go to your favorite donut shop every single day, because they were open every single day, and then one day you went and they were closed, and then you went home, whatever, next day you go back and they're still closed, you're like, what the hell? You're not going back to that donut shop anymore. Your business is the same way. If you don't show up, when someone's ready and they come to your page and they haven't seen that you showed up for like 2 weeks, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I guess she's not doing this journey anymore. Maybe I'll go find someone else. And then they're gonna come find me. But the one who shows up every day. So make sure you're showing up every single day. And post with intent, add value. People want to be educated, inspired, or entertained on social media. I know that that's what I'm looking for. Anybody that's negative or they're talking about just, oh God, I just delete anyone that does not align with who I am, what I'm doing, or my tribe. And so people want to come to your Instagram and to your social media to be educated, inspired, or entertained. So make sure your posts are doing one of those things. Use call to actions 2 to 3 times per week for your challenge groups and for your coach info sesh or your coach sneak peek, whatever you call them. Invite to them 2 to 3 times per week. Switch it up. Maybe have a call to action to your challenge group on Monday and have a call to action for your coach sneak peeks, or something about the business opportunity for somebody to reach out for more information on maybe like Thursday or Friday. But make sure you're doing those call to actions, because if you're just posting inspirational, you're just another inspirational fit person on Instagram on a journey. They don't know that you have something to offer if you don't let them know that you have something to offer. So make sure you're doing those call to actions and letting them know that you have a group. And then use the jab, jab, hook method. So I have these examples here for that specifically. The jab, jab, hook is kind of like breadcrumbing, to where you're talking about your fitness journey, you're talking about the programs, you're talking about all this stuff, your success, your transformation, and that's like jabbing it, all right? And then the hook is where you throw out a call to action. And so if you look at this one right here, this was like a coach jab. And so I was talking about, like, this was me and my scrubs working for the devil, literally. And this was me working from home. And so I literally was like, from overworked, underpaid, degraded, stolen from, anxious and depressed, working for someone else, to happy, fulfilled, liberated, and full of fire, working for myself. It's hard work, but it's hard work beside your best friends, getting healthy and changing lives. How do you beat that? And so that was like a jab that lets people know that I work from home, I work for myself. And underneath that, I had like hashtag coach life. So people know I'm a coach, like they know. And obviously from watching my journey for so long, they kind of know these things. But this is like a jab at that. And then you have the hook, like over here, this was for a challenge group. And it was talking about feeling myself extra today because I'm matchy. And because I stepped on the scale and I'm gaining weight throughout this program, I've been following the meal plan 1 bracket higher than my norm so I can gain healthy weight. So that's adding a bunch of value too. Like I'm explaining the calorie bracket, letting them know that they can gain weight if they go up 1. I'm also in phase 2, which is the building phase. So expect the booty to keep on growing. Want to make gains with me? Link to join my next online fit camp is in my bio. Super duper simple, short, to the point. That's a call to action. That's letting people know I have something to join. And that's the hook. And then share your life. Don't just share health and fitness. Same with your Instagram stories. Share other things that you're doing. Share your Sunday fun day with your family. Share, whatever it is. Like there's other things to share, not just the challenge group and the coaching and all that. Share other things in between. I'm not even going to go into this one. The only thing I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about the filter and all that stuff. But in this one, because we only have like 7 minutes, but this one, the only thing that I would really say to create captivating content, it took me forever to do this. And if you're still working full time, don't even worry about this. Okay. Like I literally posted the like crappiest pictures for the first like year of my business and I was successful. Your pictures are not going to make you successful. They just help to make your Instagram look pretty, basically. Switch up your angles of your profile. You don't want someone to come to your profile and see your face like this every single day. Like every single square is your face like this. That's the only, like, you don't want that. Switch up your angles, stand up, sit down, do a move of the day. Just switch it up. You could see that we all kind of do that. Like Danielle's, I put her examples here. She's sitting down, she's sitting on a bed, she's crouched down in this one, she's standing up, close, go far away. Different things like that. Same with Mackenzie. Some are close up, some are far away, some are sitting down. So just switch up the angle so that it looks aesthetically pleasing. And then if you want to use the same filter, that's really why like the flow of the pages is because we use the same filter. So you can go on VSCO. That's the app that I use. Go on Pinterest, type in VSCO Instagram theme, VSCO Instagram theme, VSCO themed Instagram. That's what you type in. And they like, you'll have like like it'll literally give you like 4 squares and like give you the whole recipe. Like that's what the filter is in VSEO, is the recipe. And find one that you like, play around with pictures. It takes a few times. I changed my filter like 3 times, but play around with stuff that you like, and that's how it flows. Okay. And then use your top 5, the top 5 meaning like what makes you to switch up your content, because you don't want it to be so much health and fitness. You don't want to just have straight workout pictures. You want to switch it up. So whatever makes you, whether that be like your dog, your spouse, your family, volleyball, fashion, like whatever it is, make sure you're switching up your content between that. And that's basically it. I'm going to check the chat.
Yay, that was amazing. I forgot to mention, I meant to say this, but Celine gave this presentation at the Team Boom Diamond retreat, and like staring out. That was like her first time speaking publicly in front of a bunch of people, and there's like coaches that have been coaching for a very long time sitting in the crowd staring back at her, and she did amazing. But obviously you guys understand why I asked her on this call, because like she has so much good advice. When in the beginning, when you were talking about how you would think of like specific people that would be like, oh, like when I go to post this, oh, I wonder what they're going to say about that. And then you're like, I don't care. They're not.
Yeah. And it's funny because those are the people that have joined me along the way. Like those are the people that are actually now like my challengers or coaches on my team. And it's so funny because those are the people that I thought were going to judge me or like talk shit about me. And it's like, those are the ones that were like so inspired. And what's cool about that is if you do have those people, they get to watch you transform. And that's the whole point. Obviously we know this business is based on our journey. You're not going to be successful if you're just saying things to say them. You actually have to get that transformation and be on your journey and really get the most of it and share it. And people will watch you transform, especially the people who knew you before. That's the coolest thing about your warm market. We're so scared of our warm market and the people that we know, but it's like, that's the coolest part, is that they know who you were before and now they got to see the person you've become. Your cold market, the people that are following you now, they know you from right now. They don't even know your backstory. That's why it's important to talk about your story a lot too, because people are following you every day that don't know where you came from. So don't even think you're repeating your story too much. Make sure you're talking about pre-Beachbody Celine and not just the current Celine, because you want people to know where you came from when they're just now following you.
If anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat really quick, because I know we have a lot of new coaches on our team, obviously, because we're, a new team. I know a lot of the coaches on our team have fear about, just like we're talking about, other people judging them, and fear of kind of sharing their story, sharing themselves just in general. Do you have any specific advice for them on, especially like people close in their life too? I know that is an issue with some of the coaches as well, like people that are close to them.
Yeah, I mean, like my family has never like bashed what I do or anything like that, but they don't understand it at all. And when I was quitting my full-time job to like take coaching full-time, they're like, well, are you sure? Like, is that smart? And I'm like, yeah, it's great. Like, they don't really understand it. But the thing with that is just, to me, it's just opening up the communication 110%. Letting your family or even your spouse or whoever it is just know, this is why I'm doing this. This is how it's helped me. And this is why I want to do it. And share your vision. Share your goals with them. Share what's possible. As scary as that may be, and you may think that they're going to laugh in your face, tell them what you want to do. Tell them that you want to do this full time. Tell them that you want to make 6 figures. Tell them that you want to start by making an extra $1,000 a month, whatever it is. But share that and open up that communication, and just ask them that even if they feel some type of way about it, that they just respect how it's like what it's doing for you. Just respect my feelings on it and how much I love this and the passion that I have for it. And then show up every day and prove them right or prove them wrong, Be the proof.
That's what I always think too, because, it's not, especially if it's somebody super close to you, like Vinny is not supportive of, he's not like saying like quit or whatever, but he's just always like, oh, pyramid scheme, whatever. And I literally just like ignore him, I block him out. And it drives me. I'm like, I'm going to prove you so wrong. Watch me. And then you can eat your words in a couple years, So that's definitely one thing that I think. But we're obviously running out of time. So any last minute tips for us, or any?
I mean, it's just take action. The only way to conquer that fear, the anxiety, the worry is action. The only thing that can conquer any of those feelings is taking action. And let yourself prove yourself right. Post that freaking picture and talk about your story and watch all the like loving comments you get and the people who are inspired by you, and let that build your confidence. That's another thing. Like, your confidence is only going to grow the more that you do it, because then you get that support and you get those random messages from people in the woodworks who've never even liked or commented on your page, but they like message you and they let you know how inspiring you are. And it's like, damn, people are really watching. But the only way you're going to get that is if you post, if you do it. Like, just do it. Do it once and then do it again. And it's going to build that confidence to do it again and again and again. And then you're going to be a freaking top 10 coach.
You are freaking amazing. I don't know how to take a picture on here, so I'm going to take a picture with my phone.
Oh my God, I'm going to do it. Everybody smile.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
And one more time.
I'll send it to you.
All right, smile, guys.
Okay.
How do you do it on the computer?
On your Windows, I forget what the buttons are, but I only know from a Mac. Oh, there's actually a screenshot button.
It's control print screen.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Cool. Well, thank you so much again. You know, I love you, and thanks for taking the time. Thanks everybody for showing up and